What if the energy you lose in a single moment of desire could instead fuel your entire life? For centuries, yogis have whispered about semen retention as a doorway to power, focus, and even enlightenment. But in our modern world of instant gratification and endless distractions, is it ancient superstition or a secret science that could transform how we live? Stay with me, because when Sadhguru and Sri Sri weigh in on this age-old mystery, their words don't just challenge beliefs, they challenge how we see energy, discipline, and even freedom itself. Imagine being told that one of the most basic human drives, the urge for release, is actually the very fuel meant to light the fire of your potential. Suddenly, what you thought was private, physical, and even shameful becomes spiritual currency. For seekers who wrestle with distractions, addictions, or the constant drain of vitality, this is not just philosophy. It feels like survival. And when two of India's most respected spiritual voices, Sadhguru and Sri Sri, address this delicate subject, they offer not just theories, but pathways that could redefine how you use your life force. Picture the Himalayas centuries ago. Silent caves where young ascetics sat cross-legged for years, their bodies lean, their eyes burning with inner fire. To them, semen was not something to be spilled casually. It was a reservoir of divine power. Ancient yogic texts like the Hatha Yoga Pradipika spoke of Brahmacharya, the disciplined conservation of energy, as the foundation of higher awareness. It wasn't about morality or guilt. It was about energy alchemy. To the yogis, every drop wasted was a flame extinguished. Every act of restraint was a furnace building heat for spiritual awakening. Fast forward to today, a world of social media swipes, constant stimulation, and industries designed to exploit desire. In this environment, the ancient warnings about energy loss seem almost prophetic. Young people report feeling drained, addicted, unfocused, often without knowing why. In contrast, the same traditions that spoke of restraint also spoke of transformation, that raw sexual energy could be redirected into creativity, clarity, and courage. And this is where Sadhguru and Sri Sri step in, each with their own lens, bridging timeless yogic science with the needs of modern seekers. Sadhguru is blunt. He says semen is not just a physical fluid, it is life energy itself. In his words, it takes 40 drops of blood to create 1 drop of semen. To him, wasting it compulsively is like throwing away your battery pack, your life force. But his emphasis is not on fear, it's on awareness. He often reminds seekers that this energy can be preserved not by repression, but by raising it. Through yoga, meditation, and conscious living, what was once purely biological can be transformed into heightened states of perception. For some, Sadhguru's words are electrifying. They feel validated, that their struggles with lust or energy drain are not weakness, but a misunderstood process of energy mismanagement. Followers have shared stories of how practicing his kriyas gave them not just control, but creativity and confidence they never thought possible. Yet, for others, his emphasis on conservation feels extreme, even old-fashioned. Critics argue, aren't we in danger of demonizing natural drives? This polarizing impact is exactly what makes the conversation so charged, because it touches both biology and belief, desire and discipline. But Sadhguru takes it deeper. He clarifies that the point is not celibacy for everyone. He is not asking married couples or householders to live like monks. Instead, he says, be conscious. If you're compulsive, you're wasting your potential. If you're conscious, you can enjoy, create, and still not lose your balance. The yogic path, in his telling, is about mastery, turning even sexual energy into a tool, not being enslaved by it. In this, he reframes semen retention not as denial, but as the possibility of transformation available to anyone who dares to raise their awareness. But not everyone agrees. Enter Shri Sri Ravi Shankar. Unlike Sadhguru's fiery metaphors, Sri Sri brings a gentler, heart-centered approach. To him, semen retention is not the core issue. What matters more is where the mind goes, how the breath flows, and whether your desires are running you or you are running them. He acknowledges that conserving energy can help, but he doesn't frame it as the ultimate doorway. Instead, he often stresses relaxation, joy, and meditation as the real foundations of vitality. This sets up a fascinating contrast: energy as power versus energy as flow. Shri Sri often explains it this way: if your mind is agitated, you lose energy whether or not you retain. In his perspective, semen retention without peace of mind only leads to frustration and repression. He teaches that the breath is the true bridge. When you regulate prana, the life force, your energy naturally rises, regardless of whether you conserve physically. To him, meditation and breathwork aren't just techniques, they're the secret alchemy that turns ordinary energy into blissful awareness. It's a softer message, but no less profound. Mastery of mind equals mastery of energy. So why does this debate matter to you? Because whether you side with Sadhguru's power-driven lens or Sri Sri's flow-centered approach, the core issue is the same: energy is life. If you've ever felt drained, unfocused, or trapped in habits you couldn't shake, this isn't just spiritual theory, it's your story. Your vitality, your focus, your creativity are shaped by how you use your inner energy. The question isn't just retain or not retain. It's, will you take charge of your energy or let it leak away unnoticed? That choice is in your hands. Sadhguru then takes a sharper angle. He explains that semen is not just physical matter, it is stored potential. He compares it to the seed of a tree. If misused, it is just food for worms, but if preserved and consciously directed, it can blossom into towering spiritual growth. His words add gravity to the subject, making the audience lean in. Shri Sri agrees but expands in another direction. He says that energy should never be hoarded in fear. Instead, when one meditates deeply, the energy naturally flows upward through the spine and blossoms into creativity, compassion, and clarity. Retention without transformation, he insists, only creates frustration. The AI moderator then raises a modern concern. Many young men are obsessed with semen retention as a shortcut to power. Are they missing the point? Both spiritual leaders smile knowingly. Their combined response is clear. Spiritual power is not found in withholding, but in transforming. Sadhguru shares a humorous yet cutting example. If just retaining semen gave you wisdom, every teenager who's nervous around girls would be enlightened. The hall bursts into laughter, but the underlying truth lands. Retention without awareness is meaningless. Shri Sri then gently adds, see, energy is meant to flow. Think of a river. If you dam it completely, it stagnates. If you guide it, it irrigates fields, lights up cities, and nourishes life. That is what spiritual practices are for, to guide energy. His words are both poetic and practical, leaving the audience nodding. The debate turns practical. The AI asks, what can someone do today, right now, to channel this energy properly? Sadhguru recommends simple yogi kriyas, breath, movement, and awareness practices that stabilize the system. Shri Sri suggests rhythmic breathing and mantra meditation, methods that make energy flow effortlessly. Together, their advice forms a complete circle: body discipline from Sadhguru and heart-centered expansion from Sri Sri. The message is unmistakable. Both approaches are valid and both are necessary. Energy must be cultivated, but also allowed to blossom. The AI moderator then presses further. So, is semen retention necessary at all? Sadhguru responds firmly. Necessary? No. Helpful? Yes, if handled wisely. Shri Sri complements this. Don't obsess over retention. Obsess over awareness. Then whether you retain or release, the energy will serve your growth. The final moments are charged with clarity. Both masters, from different angels, converge on one truth. Energy is sacred, not shameful. It can either be wasted in compulsions or transformed into wisdom, joy, and service. Retention is not the destination, but a stepping stone. The video closes with the AI addressing the viewers directly. You've heard two masters share their deepest insights. What do you think? Does true power come from retention or from transformation? Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more, and remember, knowledge is potential, but only action makes it real.